everyone got their belt buckled. Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome to the Medicine Woman Retreat. Wow, so excited we're all here. Such a special moment. So grateful for you all being here. And my intention for this practice is to set the intention for the day, to set the pace, the tone, the quality. And what I'm really hoping for is that this practice will support us to make this transition from the world outside, all of your roles and responsibilities, all the stories you may have carried in with you about yourself, about life, the past and the future. And instead, in this moment, slow down and settle enough to simply arrive. To arrive back to your breath, back to your body. And so with that, let's begin with a physiological sigh. Take a long, deep breath in through your nose, fill up. Take another sip of breath at the top. Open your mouth. Feel everything release. Let's do that again, all together. Inhale, fill up. Take another sip. Exhale. Soften, soften, soften. One more time, biggest yet. Fill your internal balloon. Take another sip. Exhale, let go. Whew. Hello, you have arrived. This practice is really about slowing down enough so that we can start to savor every sensation, savor every breath. So let's start to just meet our breath in this moment. As you bring your awareness towards your breath, can you devote yourself fully, wholly, completely to experiencing each breath as if it were your first or your last? Can you start to sense into the fresh vitality, the expansion of your inhale, the release and softening of your exhale, and at how these breaths work together to support you to fully let go so that you can completely receive. Feel how your breath creates this sense of reciprocity between you and life around you. How what you breathe out, plants, nature receive. How what you breathe in connects you to everyone and everything. This invisible thread of connection. And can you just allow that to support you to soften these stories you have about yourself. And instead, just start to sense yourself through the sensation of the support beneath you, the spaciousness around you. The sound of my voice, the sound of the birds chirping in the background. The temperature of the air as it caresses your skin. Can you surrender a little bit deeper to this sensory experience, amplifying your awareness of this moment exactly as it is? Sensuality is how we make sense of reality. When we release the stories and come back to sensation, we come back to truth. We come back to the solid ground in which we can rely upon. So let yourself land. And from landing in this external environment, this moment, magic as it is, can you begin to shift your gaze inward towards your inner world as you follow the pathway of the breath inside, feeling the gentle coolness of your inhale, the unknown, the freshness, pure potentiality, and the gentle warmth of your exhale, familiar, maybe these subtle attachments to what you know. Acknowledging this, can you just let these attachments go? And start to notice your inner world now. Every day is different. Start to notice the energy in which you're coming into this day, into this practice with. Sometimes a little bit more dense, other times light. Notice if there's movement or restlessness beneath the surface of your skin. But at the same time, can you attune to that somewhere inside there is stillness? Both can be true at once. Can you acknowledge any sensations of clutter or mental chatter inside? Knowing this is an essential ingredient in the human experience. But from there, can you shift your awareness to a part of you that feels a little more spacious? And can you allow these parts of you to communicate via your breath? Directing your breath from an area where it feels a little bit stuck or stagnant to a space inside that feels more free and open. And just gently using your breath to let these parts of yourself meet. And then gradually we'll begin to introduce a 3-part full body breath. With your next inhale, you'll begin to draw your breath all the way down to the very base of your belly and allow this upward expansion 360 through your ribs and into your chest. And with your exhale, this slow descent of the body as it releases your breath, releasing anything that's been lingering along with your breath. And continue to breathe in this way as slowly you begin to harmonize the length of your inhale with the length of your exhale. Perhaps you work with a count of 4, perhaps you work with a count of 6. Find your sweet spot, your Goldilocks spot. And as you breathe in this way, can you just start to observe how easeful or otherwise it feels to take these full, slow, deep breaths? How easeful or otherwise it feels to rest your awareness on the simplicity of your breath. And as we do so, as we notice, there's no judgment, just loving, simple awareness. And gradually, you'll just begin to release conscious control over your breath. But take a moment to notice any subtle shifts or changes that may have taken place. And again, what we notice as we attune to the effects of our practice, we don't label as right or wrong. We don't rush transformation. We don't have expectations. We just continue to meet the moment as it is. As we tend to the breath, we start to trust that the breath will tend to the rest. Because your breath remembers your sacred nature, even when you forget. And gently, we're going to begin to transition. Oh, so sorry, that was rather louder than I expected. We're going to begin to transition just to one side, enough to roll yourself off of your bolster, and staying on your back, you'll just move your bolster out of your way. And instead, just reach for your strap. And reaching for your strap now, we're going to begin with a little hamstring opener. So bringing your strap around the right sole of your foot, and you could either hold your strap in your hand, or you could loop the strap around the back of your head, and then of course just adjust the depth, finding that sweet spot for you. And you want the strap to be like a hammock for your head. So you want it to be really comfortable. If it doesn't feel that way, then just, of course, find another alternative. But then when you arrive in this shape, can you just allow your arms to soften down by your side? Can you let your shoulders melt towards the mat? Through this practice, we're seeking to remember that softness will open doors in which force can't enter. And as you rest your awareness on your breath, simply patiently meeting your soft edge, slowly, slowly, your body will begin to open, begin to unravel the stress that may be stored. And as we know, our body keeps the score. So as you settle into this shape, you might start to notice, like me, there are some tremors, a tremble through your leg, and that's just a beautiful sign of energy moving, releasing. And as you rest here, if you notice your mind wanders, remember that your pathway back to the present is your breath and sensation. So see if you could rest your awareness on the loudest conversation within. The feeling of your hamstrings slowly, slowly being tended to. And as you settle into this shape, can you just begin to notice any habitual areas of tension? Notice if you're clenching your jaw, wrinkling the space between your eyebrows across your forehead, and as you soften the 37 nerve endings in your face, you communicate to the rest of your body, it can soften too. And we'll just take about another 5 deep breaths here. Slowly, gently, you'll remove the strap from your head and instead draw your strap into your right hand. Place your left hand on your left hip and begin to open your right leg outwards. And just observe how the sensation shifts to the inner seam of your leg, your liver meridian line. And just breathe in conversation with the sensation. Bless you. And just take a couple of breaths here. And slowly, slowly drawing your right leg up, switching the strap to your left hand, grounding your right hand down as you draw the right leg over to the left. Meeting the gallbladder meridian line, your IT band, and breathing into that. both legs now just simply fall out long. Soften your body into the earth and just take a moment to notice the difference between the two sides. Observe any extra aliveness or sensation. And once you feel like you've acknowledged your body's communication, you can gradually just begin to transition towards the other side, wrapping the strap around the left sole of your foot, lengthening your right leg, and creating either a hammock for your head or any other variation. And just a little warning of comfort, you might not want the belt buckle on the back of your head. That can be a little bit uncomfortable, so just moving it over to the side. And then again, each time we meet these new shapes, these new sides, we just go through the same process of entering in and then consciously softening, seeing what doesn't need to be working, what can let go. We want to allow a very gradual progression to our fullest expression. Every time you notice your mind wander and you choose to bring it back, you're building a new neural pathway back home to yourself. Last couple of breaths. Slowly releasing your head from the hammock, bringing your left hand to your strap, your right hand to anchor your right hip. And opening your left leg out to the side. And we're not pushing past the body's limits here. We're only going to about 80% of our capacity. You can relax, and the more you will receive. And just one more breath here. And then being super mindful with your transitions as you draw your left leg over, switching the strap and drawing your leg over to the other side. Use your opposite shoulder as your anchor. One more breath. And draw your leg back through center. Release your strap. Lengthen your legs out long. Take a moment in a rebound to just allow the deeper layers of yourself to receive. We're going to transition now into our rolling bridge. So I want you to begin to walk your feet in so they're grounded. Your hands are tickling your heels, so your heels are nice and close to your sit bones. And before we come into our full rolling bridge, I want you to take a moment to just establish yourself in these pelvic tilts. So slowly begin to draw your lower back, your sacrum, down towards the earth as you tilt the tailbone towards your face. And then just gently rolling in the other direction, tilting your tailbone away from you as you arch your sacrum up. Slowly again begin to draw your navel back towards your spine as your spine imprints on the earth. And this time, slowly, slowly press into your heels as you start to lift your hips and peel your spine up one vertebra at a time, so slow and steady until you reach your shoulder blades. And then gradually follow your exhale down as you harmonize with the force of gravity, descending back to the earth. And just continue like that, allowing your breath to be the pathway to the peak of the pose. See how delicate you could be with every movement. And gradually you could start to add on a new layer. If you want to begin to sweep your arms all the way up and over with your inhale. And then with your exhale, this moving meditation as your arms, your spine, and your breath synchronize back to the earth. Full body awareness. And we'll just do a couple more rounds. Final round, and then we'll just let everything land for a moment. And then cactusing your arms out from your shoulders. With your next inhale, begin to hover your legs into this tabletop as once again you engage your core and draw your sacrum down to the earth. Taking another breath in at the top, and with your exhale, keep your left shoulder grounded as you slowly draw your knees down towards the right. Hover them off the earth as you hold the breath out, and then with your inhale, slowly draw them back up through center. With your exhale, down towards the left. Hovering them, and inhale, coming back. Couple more rounds, self-guided. Balance once you've done the equal amount on both sides. You'll just gradually come back through center, no rush to get there, and place your hands behind your thighs as you switch the energy and gently begin to rock and roll up your spine, creating a little bit of momentum, a little bit of life force, and then eventually you'll gain so much momentum you'll come all the way forward into all fours tabletop. And when you arrive in all fours tabletop, we'll organically move into a little bit of cat and cow. So with your inhale, dropping your belly, lifting your chest and your sit bones. And exhale, pressing the earth away as you hug your navel in and up. And just continue to move through these motions guided by your breath. And deliberately allowing every movement to ripple from your root upwards as we repattern our tendency to lead life from the head down. And as you give full permission for your body's wisdom to lead the way, it's very likely it will start to lead you astray. And so I encourage you to start to follow those natural urges and impulses. As you follow these breadcrumbs of sensation into sticky spots where you'll choose to linger a little bit longer and pour in through your breath. Process is known as embodied unwinding, where we repair the ruptures between the mind and the body through listening and responding. So move slow, move with intention. And as you move, just knowing that there is no right or wrong way to move through this practice. Just simply your way. In touch with sensation, in touch with your body's truth. And through this practice, as much as possible, I encourage you to keep your eyes closed, releasing any comparison, any judgment. Allowing yourself to fully focus on feeling over form, presence over perfection. You'll just take your last few deep breaths here. Beautiful. And then ever so gradually, you'll just come back through center. And take a moment in the middle, and then engaging your core slightly. With your next inhale, lengthen your right leg. Exhale, slowly draw your knee towards your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. This time as you inhale, lengthen, maybe your left arm begins to reach out in front of you. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more time, inhale, lengthen, and then potentially see if you want to bend your right knee and reach your left hand all the way back, finding your bind. Once you find that bind, gradually press your foot into your hand, increase the pressure to increase the depth. Gaze where you want your energy to go into the twist, towards the back of the room. Stay for one more breath, and then slowly release your left hand down. And this time, draw your right foot all the way to the outer edge of your right hand. Now, we're going to take a breath here as we sink down into the hips, lift the heart. And with your exhale, draw your hips back, lengthen your right leg, bow forward. Let's do twice more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Slow and steady. Inhale. Exhale. And coming back now, keep your left hand grounded and inhale, sweep your right arm up. Exhale, thread your right arm through and under as if you're reaching for your left ankle. Twice more like that. Inhale, see if you could open even more. Exhale, draw inwards. Embodying the expansion of your inhale, spreading your wings, and the cocooning inwards of your exhale. Inhale to open, and then this time exhale, right hand grounds down. Draw your right knee back, and just take one cat-cow between sides. And then from here, inhale, come back through center and sweep your left leg up and back. Exhale, tiger curl, knee towards nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. And this time, inhale, extend, maybe reach your right arm in front of you, switching on your core, and then exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, find length, and maybe you bend the left knee, reach your right hand all the way back. As you find your bind, notice how there can be a tendency to hold the breath when you find yourself in a bind. And instead, let it flow. One more breath. How graceful can you be with your transition as your right hand comes down, your left foot steps to the outer edge of your left hand. With your inhale, sink through your hips, lift your heart, lizard lunge. With your exhale, draw your hips back, bow forward. Twice more in flow. Next time you land in your lunge, your right hand will ground down fully as your left arm opens, deepening you into this twist. Exhale, thread through, draw under. Twice more. Exhale, allowing every transition to feel ritualistic. Inhale to open. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, left hand will ground down. Slowly, slowly, you'll draw your left knee back to meet the right. And this time we're going to transition into our heart melting pose. So beginning to reach your hands out in front of you, melting your heart down towards the earth. Maybe it's your forehead that meets the earth. Maybe it's your chin. Notice your belly, and in this moment I want you to allow your belly to hang, to let go of this need to hug everything in tight, and just feel the softness available when you let go, the spaciousness that's created around your heart. And just take a couple of breaths here as you pour that energy into your heart space. The energy that you're liberating through not holding so tightly. And then gradually you're just going to begin to slide forward into your Sphinx pose. Let your hips lower as you press into your forearms. Can you draw your shoulders down your back? Take a moment to bring your awareness to your kidneys, the batteries of your body. And they're at the back base of your rib cage. And see if you could direct the breath into them. And then slowly, slowly, you'll melt down as you spread your fingertips a little bit wider than the mat. And with your next inhale, slowly press into your hands as you coil from your core upwards. Your head lifts last. And with your exhale, pour forward. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, releasing down. I'm going to do that one more time through center, but this time adding in a lion's breath. So inhale to lift and exhale. Release. This time, inhale, lift. And exhale, draw your right shoulder and ear down to the earth, gaze over your left. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, other side. One more time on each side, like a slow dance with yourself. Moving with your breath. And coming back through center, melting all the way down, taking one moment. Maybe a cleansing sigh to just be, to release. And then your hands will come to frame your rib cage. And with your next inhale, you'll press into your palms. And then tuck your toes and find your first downward facing dog of the day. As you arrive in this downward facing dog, I want you to just have a little moment of free movement, a little pedal, a little wiggle. And this is just a little transition, so we'll slowly begin to walk our feet towards our hands, embodying this very leisurely pace. And when they arrive, you'll reach for opposite elbows, let your head hang heavy, let your torso melt over your thighs as you welcome a soft bend through your knees. Maybe you let out a sigh as you let any mental chatter just begin to drain out through the crown of your head. Giving yourself a little bounce, a little sway. Taking a last couple of deep breaths here. And then slowly you'll release your elbows. And see if you could be the slowest person in the room as you rise one vertebra at a time, all the way up to standing. When you arrive, your head will be the very last thing to lift. And when it does, you'll consciously roll your shoulders down and back, being so deliberate about releasing the weight of the world you've been carrying. Let a sigh fall out. Let the palms of your hands face forward in this gesture that says, I am open to receive. And then take a moment to just feel into the fullness of this moment, your soles of your feet grounded, rooted, connected, the spaciousness around you and how everything you need is already inside. And it's from that place we'll salute the sun. With your next inhale, sweep your hands up high to the sky. And with your exhale, this full body prayer as you bow and fold forward. With your inhale, lift halfway, find length. And with your exhale, plant the hands and step your feet back for your high plank. Engage your core, shift your shoulders over your wrists. You might wish to lower the knees or keep them lifted as you come into your chaturanga. Keep your elbows tucked in and then inhale, sweep your heart forward and up, baby cobra. Maybe hover the knees, upward dog. And exhale, turn over the toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And take 3 deep breaths here in stillness this time as you plug down through your palms. Melt your chest back towards your thighs, prioritizing the length of your spine. As you commit to the earth with your hands, you're lifting your hips towards the heavens. Stay for one more breath. And then shift your gaze between your hands. Soft bend in the knees as you lightly step or hop towards the top of your mat. With your inhale, find that natural lengthening through your spine, and with your exhale, bow and fold to the earth. Inhale, root through your feet as you rise all the way up. And exhale, release, softening your hands down as you breathe and receive. Feel the flush of vitality, feel the echo of your effort. As you breathe in and breathe out, choose to be here now. Inhale, reach up, rise up. Exhale, full body prayer, bow to the earth. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, hands ground down, step back, high plank. Moving through your vinyasa now, one breath per movement. Always the option to add on, always the option to take away. Find your downward facing dog. And with your next inhale, sweep your right leg up and back, find length. With your exhale, draw your knee towards your nose and mindfully place your foot between your hands. Ground your right foot down in this warrior two, toes point to the long edge of your mat. Inhale and then exhale, settle into the shape. Take a moment to simply land, to steady your gaze over your right fingertips. Pull your power back to your center as you engage your core and drop your shoulders down from your ears. With your next inhale, flip your front palm, reach back, reverse your warrior. And then with your exhale, bring your right elbow forearm to your right thigh, extended side angle. Slowly, slowly sweep your left arm up overhead. With your inhale, really pivoting your heart up towards the sky. And stay for 3 deep breaths. Breathing into your side body as you welcome this fresh vitality. Stay for one more breath here in. And then with your exhale, tilt your torso towards the earth. With your inhale, you'll open back up. With your exhale, you'll ground down. One more time, inhale, open. Exhale, this time left hand grounds down on the inner seam of the right leg. Inhale, sweep your right arm up. Take a breath in here, and then as you exhale, point your toes to the right. Come onto the outer blades of your feet as you reach your right arm back. With your inhale, lift the hips, sweep the right arm overhead. With your exhale, twisted Skandasana. One more time, inhale, lift. And then exhale, land. This time, press into your left hand, the outer blade of your left foot. We're gonna come into our wild thing. Bending the right knee, planting the ball of the foot behind you as you lift your hips, open your heart, breathe in. And then exhale, hips draw towards heels, coming back through center. And slowly moving through a vinyasa. Breathing in your heart opener. And exhaling as you land in your downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your left leg up and back. Exhale, curl your knee towards your nose. Mindfully place your foot between your hands. Beautiful. Once again, gradually we're going to land in our warrior two. Inhale and then exhale to settle. Take a moment to build from strong foundations first. Really ground down through your feet. Feel into your pelvis, stacking your spine steady over your hips. Stay for another breath here. And then inhale, reach back, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle, left elbow to thigh. Inhale, sweep your right arm up. Exhale, settle. Feel this long line of energy through your right side body. Breathe into the sensation as if you're a fish breathing through gills. Stay for one more breath in. And then with your next exhale, tilt your torso towards the earth. With your inhale, opening back up. Exhale, draw down. One more time. Inhale to lift up. This time, exhale, right hand comes all the way down, spinning onto the ball of your right foot. Lift your left arm up. Breathe in. With your exhale, turn your toes to the left, outer blades of your feet, reach back, reverse Skandasana. With your inhale, lifting the hips, reaching overhead. Exhale, go deeper. One more time, inhale. Exhale, maybe you stay here, maybe you press into your hand, your right foot, finding your wild thing. With your inhale, breathe into your heart. With your exhale, soften your heels towards your hips, your hips towards your heels, and then come back through center. Moving through an always optional vinyasa, like this reset button. Wiping the slate clean. And then this time we're gonna gradually just begin to lower our knees and sit back onto our heels. Taking a moment to find your humble kneel as you close down your eyes and breathe to receive the effects of your practice. It's through these purposeful pauses that we don't just float on the surface of this human experience. It's through these pauses that we reclaim our true nature as human beings. We remember that all doing needs to be rooted in being first. This is yoga, right here, right now. The union of your mind with your body, with your spirit. And gradually, there's no rush. When you feel ready, you'll find your way back into your downward facing dog as we prepare for the next sequence. If ever you are feeling nourished, you stay as you are until your body's wisdom tells you it's time. When you feel ready, you can just join us. with your inhale, your right leg will sweep up towards the light. And with your exhale, mindfully placing your right foot between your hands. Back foot is going to ground down in a warrior one shape now. So heel is grounded, left toes are pointing towards the front hand corner. Stay low, temptation to come straight up. Place your right hand on your right hip as if it's this anchor. And then with your inhale, sweep your left arm forward. Feel that engagement of your core activate. With your exhale, sweep your right arm forward. And slowly rise to warrior one. Inhale here and exhale, settle into this shape. Take a breath in, and then with your next exhale, pull your prayer towards your heart center as you tilt your torso over your right leg. Take a moment to steady into your right foot and then gradually lift into your warrior three. See if you could create this long line of energy from the crown of your head to the sole of your foot. And stay for another breath with your hips squaring down. And then we want to really mindful transition towards half moon. So your block should be available in front of you. And you gradually ground your right hand down. You'll open your left hip up, opening your left arm towards the sky. And breathing here. Staying for another 2 deep breaths. Maybe you become playful with your gaze as you lift your gaze towards your fingertips. Welcome the wobbles. It's a practice. We're not meant to be perfect. And then slowly, slowly, we're going to ground back down in our warrior two. So landing the back foot, inhale, exhale, settle. Again, this time we're going to flip the front palm, reach back, reverse, but lengthening your right leg. So you're coming into your reverse Trikonasana. And then begin to reach your fingertips forward, draw your hips back, and slowly bring your right hand either to a block or your shin as you lift your left arm up towards the sky. And try to stack your shoulders, stack your hips. This is a shape of full body aliveness. We want equal and opposite energy moving in all directions. Stay for one more breath. And then again, you'll shift your gaze down towards the earth, reaching for your block. We're going to come back into one more half moon. And this time you have the option to add on. If you're feeling a little bit playful, you might begin to bend your left knee, reach back for your foot and find your Chapasana bind. Again, using that resistance to take you deeper. Remembering that actually resistance is even working in our favor. Stay for 2 more breaths. One more breath. How gentle can you be with the release as you step your left foot back, warrior two. Inhale, reach back, reverse. Exhale, windmill your hands down to the earth, frame your front foot, and again, step back through your variation of it. Eventually finding your downward facing dog. And breathe. And when you're ready, we'll switch to the other side with your inhale, sweeping your left leg up and back. Exhale, mindfully placing your left foot between your hands. And grounding your right foot down in this warrior one variation. Right toes pointing to the right front hand corner. Left hand grounds your left hip. Inhale, sweep your right arm forward, steady your core, find your center. And then inhale, sweep the left arm forward. Slowly, slowly rise up. Strong through your foundation, soft through your shoulders. Take a breath in at the top as you bring your hands into a prayer, and then exhale, pull that prayer to your heart. Draw the torso forward, engaging your core once more, and then slowly bring all your weight into your left foot as you evolve into your warrior three. Any variation, hands could stay in prayer, or they could come out in front, down by your sides. Wherever you are, imagine you're pressing your back foot against a wall. So good, everyone. And gradually transitioning towards half moon as your left hand grounds down on the block, your right arm will sweep open, your right hip will open. And breathe here. And again, the way to progress your practice isn't anything too dramatic. It's as simple as being playful with your gaze. Maybe you lift your eyesight up towards the ceiling, intentionally being willing to destabilize yourself. Remembering what threatens the ego liberates the heart. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, gradual landing, warrior two. Inhale, reach back, reverse your warrior, this time lengthening your left leg. And then reach your left fingertips forward, draw your hips back, and then slowly find your half moon pose. Not half moon, Trikonasana. We want equal and opposite energy moving in all directions, and try to create spaciousness around your neck, around your ears and your shoulders. See if you could savor the aliveness of this shape for two more breaths. One more breath. And then you'll shift your gaze down towards your foot once more as we lift off back into our half moon. And this time, once again, the option to add in that Japasana bind. Bringing your hand to your foot and then slowly pressing your foot into your hand. Stay for another two breaths. Feel the quivers, feel the quakes. One more breath. Slow release as your back foot grounds down, warrior two. Inhale, sweep back, reverse. Exhale, windmill your hands all the way down. Step your left leg back as you flow through Vinyasa. Inhale, drink in the nectar of your upward dog. Exhale, settle into the home base of your downward facing dog. Last three deep breaths here. Once again, we're going to slowly find our humble kneel as you ground down through your shins and sit back on your heels. Take a moment to just sigh, feel into what's shifted, what's moved, what's here now. These are the moments that nourish your nervous system. Your nervous system is responsible for how you feel, how you act, how you think. Give yourself the gift of spaciousness. Let your body receive. Before we come down into softness, we're going to do one last little bit of heart opening. So gradually, when you feel ready, you'll just begin to shift upwards, coming on to your knees. Tuck your toes. And then gradually, you're going to bring your left hand towards your left heel and inhale, sweep your right arm up and back. With your exhale, sway your body forward and around, right hand to right heel. Inhale. Exhale for your transition. One more time on each side. Embodying this dance of devotion. And then slowly come back through center. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Let out a sigh. Now I want you to just check in with yourself. I'm going to offer camel pose, which is quite a nice strong heart opener. If it feels too much and you just want to nurture and nourish yourself in a child's pose or something else instead, please honor that. If you want to journey with me into camel pose, you'll gradually just begin to place your hands on your lower back, fingertips pointing upwards, elbows drawing inwards. Gently activate the core to just protect your lower back, and then slowly, slowly draw backwards. Maybe this is where you stay, or maybe your hands come to your heels. And just breathe here in this courageous, heart-opening shape. Just 2 full breaths. One more breath. And then as gradually as you came in, you'll come out. Slowly, you'll just untuck your toes and sit back into your humble kneel. Palms of the hands will face up in this gesture of receiving, or face down if you wish to ground. Listen to your needs in this moment. Drink in the afterglow. Linger a little bit longer in the impact. Last few breaths, and then we're gradually going to transition down onto our back. Slowly, slowly, you'll just begin to roll your hips over to one side. And gradually just begin to ground your feet down in front of you. As you ground your feet down, sweep your arms forward and use your core as your brakes as you slowly curl your spine all the way back towards the earth, and then exhale, land. Let everything totally soften. We're not quite at Shavasana yet, but we want to teach ourselves that we don't need to make it all the way till the end before we just allow ourselves to rest and receive. So just take a few moments here to just be received. To be received by the universal mother's embrace. notice how it feels to offer yourself rest along the way, to choose the soft path, the path of least resistance, to remember that you reclaim your strength through stillness. And that it is safe to be still. Slowly, slowly, you're just going to begin to bend your knees. And we're going to come into a static bridge pose now as we start to come full circle in our journey. So when you feel ready, you could take any variation. If you want softness, you might begin to place a block beneath your sit bones, your sacrum. Or if you want a little bit stronger, you can interlace your hands behind your lower back. If you want stronger still, full wheel is of course available for you. Last few breaths wherever you are. If you're in your full wheel, be careful with your neck as you release. And slowly, slowly, we'll each just begin to melt our spine back down to the earth, and just notice if you need a little windscreen wiper through your legs. And they'll release along your sacrum. And then gradually we're going to move into our static supine spinal twist, twisted roots. So gradually drawing your right knee and wrapping it over your left. Allow your knees to fall to the left hand side. Let your right arm ground and extend from your shoulder. And just close down your eyes. And feel the softness, the surrender of this supine spinal twist, creating this energy known as Samana Vayu, this inward moving energy that takes you deeper and deeper back towards your true essence, your true essence of wisdom and bliss. We'll just take about 3 more deep breaths in this shape. And see if you can really expand your belly with every inhale. And draw your navel back towards your spine with every exhale. And then slowly begin to unwrap. Take a moment in the middle, grounding your sacrum down. And then only when you feel ready will you transition over towards the other side. No rush. Gradually finding your way. And if you gently allow your face to fall in the opposite direction to your knees, you incorporate the upper part of your spine into this twist. And every deep and deliberate breath you send into your belly becomes like this thank you note for all these incredible processes that are happening beneath your conscious awareness. Three more deep breaths. And again, just slowly unraveling back through center. Our final pose before Shavasana will be happy baby pose. So bringing your knees into your armpits, extending your feet up above your knees, and just gently keeping your sacrum grounded as you just rock side to side, creating this beautiful cradling motion that's like nectar for your nervous system. And gradually, when you feel complete, you're just going to bring yourself into one last loving embrace, bringing yourself into a little ball and giving yourself this tight squeeze. And gradually, with your exhale, you'll release, letting everything fall out long and wide. Finding your final rest, your sweet Shavasana. There is nothing left to do and you have no body to be. This is your time. Let your body be heavy. Let your mind be light and free. begin to allow your awareness to land back. Landing back into your physical body as you gently deepen your breath. Perhaps wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Landing back into the space as you reattune to the sounds and the sensations around you. Maybe you gradually begin to stretch the body open as if you're yawning awake for the first time, this fresh start. And eventually, with no rush whatsoever, you'll begin to roll towards your favorite side. Make a very slow journey back to a comfortable seat. And as you land back, meet yourself as you are in this moment. Yoga is a ritual of transformation. Shavasana signifies the death, this moment, the rebirth. And if you get even a slightly greater glimpse at the wholeness that has always been here, a slightly greater connection to yourself, then can you cherish this moment of magic? Can you, in your own way, anchor into this? And just know that whilst the journey may seem incredibly complicated, the truth is, in fact, very simple. That the self with a capital S has always been right here. And with that, we bring the palms of our hands together into Anjali Mudra, this sacred seal, this symbol of wholeness, of unity. It's a reminder that we are all one, the light, the dark, the shadow, the yin, the yang, the masculine, the feminine, the being, the doing. It is all one. These pairs of opposites are actually the same. And with reverence, with so much respect for this practice and all it has to teach us, we humbly bow our head towards our heart and our heart to the earth. As we say namaste, means the light in me honors and sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, thank you. So grateful for you all sharing this space. Please, please, please take all of the time you need. No, there's never any rush. If anyone wants cuddles, if anything came up and they want to chat, here with open arms. And gradually, there's no rush. You can go to the loo, do whatever you like, but we'll transition towards the fire pit next. So yeah, we'll all try and meet there in about 5 minutes time if that's possible. I don't think I made it to you for a hands-on assessment. I got to the end, I was like, no. I'm going to give you one later. Yeah, you're getting one later and now. I love you. So nice. Try to pour extra love into you. My girl. So, hold on. Oh, I can't wait for us to have a proper you and me try and catch